Though the war had come to an end, the peace that was there in Europe afterwards was flawed. Many sides fighting against each other, and the result would lead to the Second World War a few years later. Many nations sent delegates to peace talks in Paris. The group of leaders that attended were known as the Big Four. The main leaders were Woodrow Wilson of the United States, George Clemenceau of France, and David Lloyd George of Britain. Germany and its allies and Russia were not present at the meetings. President Wilson pushed for a peace plan called the 14 Points. He wanted to end secret treaties and alliances and give people the right to form their own nation. He also hoped to set up a world organization that could police the actions of nations and prevent future wars. Britain, and especially France, had different views. They had suffered greatly in the war, and they wanted to punish Germany. After long debates, the leaders finally agreed on a peace settlement called the Treaty of Versailles. The treaty called for a League of Nations, the world organization that Wilson wanted. It would include 32 nations, with the United States, Britain, France, Japan, and Italy making up the leadership. Germany and Russia were left out of the League. The treaty took away German land in Europe and took away its colonies. Limits were placed on the sides of Germany's armed forces. Finally, Germany was given complete blame for the war, which meant it would have to make payments to the Allies for the damage that they had caused. Here we see a comparison between the 14 points that President Wilson wanted and the actual outcome called the Treaty of Versailles. Please look at the comparison of the two and see what is similar and what is different. Germany's former colonies were given to the Allies to govern until they decided which were ready for independence. Poland, Czechoslovakia, and Yugoslavia were all declared independent nations. Finland, Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, once part of Russia, were made independent nations as well. The Ottoman Empire was broken up, and the Ottomans kept control only of Turkey. The treaty never made a lasting peace. This was in part because the United States Senate never approved either the treaty or joining the League of Nations. Also, Germans bitterly resented the treaty, which placed all the blame for the war on them. Colonial peoples in Africa and Asia had hoped that they could win their independence. They were angry when the treaty did not allow for that. Japan and Italy were also upset with the treaty. They had both joined the war in hopes of winning more land, and they were disappointed by getting few territorial gains.